All right, welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our famous right now 9:30 talk show that we have. This will be the last talk. Anyway, it's the second last day. Tomorrow will be the last day of the year. So we will be looking at the KLSE 2020 report card review. Which sector didn't do well and which did? And what are the lessons learned that we can learn from each sector that we can really bring it forward to year 2020. Now, year 2020 may be good for some of those years, some are not so, but those of you who didn't do so well, do not fret. Continue to learn, from all the available channels, all the available telegrams and stock tips that we have for you in here. I think most important, my message to you is don't give up. If you have not done very well for year 2020, don't give up, right? That's why we are here. And for those of you who have done pretty well, year 20, and now I've done a pretty good year too for year 2020. My personal portfolio plus some of the clients are up about 30 to 40. My own one I think is about 50% plus. My clients one is about 30, 40, 50 depending when they actually come in. So that's been pretty good. And some of the strategies I will share with you in here. And those of you who have attended some of my talk early on, way back in January 2020, right to now you've seen, and we will be looking at some of those report card review that we've seen so far, right in here. Okay, so yeah, those of you who are struggling, no worries. No, we try to help you out, and most important is that I believe the resources that you have, the smart Robie, the tools, and most important, the willingness of you to be open. Once the mind is open, you can learn a lot of things. A lot of time, we don't do that well is because our minds are very close. The fear, the emotion. I think that's what we really want to share with you, what we have done so far in here. All right. So as we begin, let's move on. Okay, and here. Okay, now those of you who have not join us or first time, do join our Telegram chat room in here, and definitely there's a lot of information you can get from our Telegram and to stay updated too. All right, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not, and not to miss any of our subscription or whatever the case that we have. Now do take note, tonight we won't be taking any stock pick or stock review. We usually do that on my senior trainer Zac will actually take many of those stock analysis, but actually in my opinion it's quite easy. Just ask smart Robie, and smart Robie will tell you either orange trend zone or blue trend zone, and just follow what smart Robie recommend you. I think you'll do pretty well. Most of my stock trade idea actually come from smart Robie too. All right. Now, do take note, last week, many of you participated in our Christmas giveaway, and we've been very happy and very satisfied that you all came in and given a good, of course, for your effort, we have given you 300 credit, but we do have 5 winners. That's right, for the 5 winners in here, wrote very nice things, and we like to say from our bottom of our heart, we are very grateful for your words. And I want to share with you those 5 winners again, Thomas, Jenny, CK, Hong Lee, and Mohammad Astro, and these are I consider as top fans of Martin T.F. Wong page in here, as also Smart Robie in here. And some of those from CK Chua, really I felt very ready that what I went in and what you have learned really helped you. Since following Martin and the team less than 3 months, my non-performing portfolio minus 40k has been revamped, and now on track to better performance, recovering 30 plus Ks, and to me that's going to be great. As I said before, 2021 is going to be a great year going forward. 2021, all right. And also another winner from our Christmas giveaway, and Thomas will get another 500 free credit plus our one-day workshop, which, take note, okay, mark it down in your calendar, everybody. It will be January 16. That's right, this January 16 we'll be doing our one-day value investing workshop, the first one for 2021, and we really want to carry on from what we've done right now to this workshop in here, right? And again, Martin is willing to share, and then that's what we always want to share. The market is bigger than all of us, and to be frank with you, we all can do very well if we are willing to open our minds and willing to share a lot of ideas, and what we really do in here. Okay, so learning how to exit and so forth. Now, for the top 10 trades, right? Let's review them since we are in the year-end review. The top 10 trades that you may miss in 2020. Definitely want to look at large cap. Now, all these results are based on green pentagon buy and red pentagon sell. Okay, so it's based on this. Supermax, if you follow the green pentagon, was 430%. Top Glove, VS, Notion VTech, UWC, Kosan Penta, Bursa. These are Lotte Chemicals and MYEG. Right now, ask yourself whether you got any of these stocks, or maybe you did. Maybe you have bought Supermax, but you didn't make 400%. You only make 10%, 50%. All right. So you have to ask your question now, why did I do not so well? And these are the questions that we really want to ask ourselves, how we want to move forward. I think that's important, because when we do this again next year, on the 30th December, depending if it's on a Wednesday, 2021, we're going to be reviewing the same thing that we've done. I pretty much sort of find out that we are in sort of a very good format and going forward, and we want to really share with you a lot of the things that we talk about in here. Okay, that was a large cap, and then the top 10 stock that we miss out for 2020, and all this actually came out on Smart Robie, okay, based on the green pentagon and red point CCM 146 K1S. This is I think it's Sarawak cable, if I'm not mistaken. SCIB, SL West, I think we did cover that also. I think about 2 months ago, I think about a month ago, talk about the solar power, K-Power, of course, renewable energies. Again, we're going to talk about those sectors, Vitrox, Greatex, Syntex, and Frontcan. Okay, so these are all the stocks that actually appeared on Smart Robie. Now, we really have to go back and review back the stocks that you have traded. All right, now you may have done 20, 50 stocks in here. Go back and see what kind of stocks do you trade. Do you trade some of those stocks that I've talked about here, or you trade those stocks like XOX, Green Packet, those stocks that are what I suspectable, okay? Right. So those are the real question you really have to sort of ask yourself and going forward in here. Okay, so don't forget, we also been doing our breakfast show, the Smart Robie, and again, many good reviews has been given to us. Thank you very much. We'll continue to improve our services that we send and deliver to you too. And definitely, the new show format is broken down into 3 formats. We have the Monday, which is the beginner level. On Wednesday is the intermediate level as well as the advanced level. So each of them will have different sets of things that I want to share with the audience here, those of you who have spent your time with me, and really teach you some of the very simple things that you could do so far. Now, if you look back, some of the highlight of the trade that we picked just, way back to November and December, and some of these has came off a bit since the market corrected. You say maybe about 56% return, Danco, AirAsia is corrected too, and also My News in here. But more importantly is the case study that you're able to go forward and do much better in here. All right. Okay. Now, meanwhile, now a very good piece of news that was brought out by Zac Lim, and she talks about how the predicament or the road where Bursa is going up in here. How to, over the years, if you look back at Bursa, the number of client participation has reduced. If you look back, way back most 10, 20, 15 years ago, we are so much bigger than even combined Hong Kong or Singapore. But right now, we are very kitschy mouse only, So what are things Bursa can do? So here's is an article talk about strengthening the global access. But more importantly, in the article, in the first column, he talks about the sector that has done very well. You can see here, healthcare has gained 220%, followed by technology 72%, and industrial product 4.7%. That's it. That's only 3 sectors that has done very, very well. So ask yourself, if you did not buy any, I think most of you did right now. How many of you has bought rubber glove? If you have just type rubber glove, all right? That's right. Have type in, put in the rubber glove, and then we will know. So if you have some of these stocks, you have done pretty well with the COVID-19 in our background, which I'm going to talk about it in here too. Now, since then, the market has corrected after hitting 1680, and it's pulling back to 1640. We got just one more day tomorrow, right? Usually the last day we will have a bit muted. It could be just close slightly off, by 5 points. Today we are up about 8 points, and we will close up 1 point in here. So having said that, and the news of rubber glove continue to hawk the headlines. No year-end party. As I know, many of you are still holding the rubber glove. So in here we have this, Tan Sri, right? Tan Sri Lim, right? He will say, I will continue to do some share buyback and support the market. So that's why, we get into this kind of predicament, which I felt that many of you may have seen this kind of news. I rubber glove, and you have this chairman who is supporting it. He's doing share buyback. Maybe I don't want to, sell my shares inside here. But tonight, I want to share with you also few things you can do to improve yourself in here, because this kind of news usually comes out and it sort of make you feel that you regretted it, right? You bought it and there's no year-end party, and you buy the share because you want to have a year-end party, isn't it? Because the earlier round, which I enjoyed, no doubt about it, right? The other fella also enjoyed, but I just got in recently. What happened to me? I didn't make money, right? So this is is some of the issues that we all felt that we want to look at it. So then we have the finance minister working on, and he said that, look, as long as the 2020 is not so good, but 2021 the forecast is going to be good. But again, this is subjected to the Perikatan Nasional being in power. Tengku Zafrul will still be the finance minister, and things, as much as he has control, things will be rosy in 2021, where the forecast, right, for next year is likely to be around the so-called plus 6%. Some saying 6% GDP, some saying 6.5%, because right now this year 2020 was minus 5.5%. But we all know that those are all history. Even with this, plus 6% is also history, right? Because everything is priced into the stock market. So that's why it's important to know that news that comes out become very old. We only make money, right, when we know forward. Again, Mel, sorry, we won't be reviewing any stocks tonight. Stocks are reviewed usually on the Zac session on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tonight we're just going to talk about overall thing, and of not just join me on the breakfast show that I normally do, but not this week, because this coming Friday will be also public holiday in here. All right, do take note. So, and as such, we really rely on all our coaches here. I think some of you have met, we shall talk about Zac and Arif, who do stock review. We also have Fu and Marina. So over 2020, these are the people who has been supporting you, all right, through the time, good times and bad time, okay? We don't want to talk about good times. We want to talk about bad times, where we are here to really support you, to guide you and train you. Zac, Arif, and Fu all have been all there, through thick and thin. We make money, we lost money, but overall we will make money too, depending how the market is. But the people in here, so as such, over time, in year 2020, we have almost equivalently produced almost 3 years of universities and academic contact hours. That's right. It's 3,600, about 3,690 hours of educational video that we have on YouTube, right? YouTube, as well as on Facebook in here, and that's very equivalent to what we call almost 3 years. I know you all don't have 3 years, isn't it? Right? Most of you is like, when I free, I join you 1 hour. But take note, we have been there for you. We have been there for you. 3,690 hours of education video, which is produced by all our trainer plus myself in here. Now, if you look at the breakdown, this is where. So if you look at the FB statistics, the number of video produced is almost 369. Zac did 150 videos. I did 71 breakfast show. Arif did about 80 videos. And on our Wednesday night, this is the one. Evening the sector, I did 35, so this will be the 36th, and there are other videos too that I've done, almost 33 of the year. So I really want to give applause to our team here, and also to you, those of you. I know some of you who have really not missed any of our video in here, and you have learned something now. That's great. So we will continue to produce similar amount of video and free educational for the public for year 2021. So with that, give us a thumbs up, okay, and write us another good review too. So that's what we have been doing so far. All right, now if you look back in terms of even public testimonial and statistic, right, Trade VSA and all the website, we have got 4-star and higher, and thank you very much. We continue to serve you and really engage all our audience in here. You can see 79 review, 21, so and so forth. So thank you again. We will continue to get more feedbacks from you to give you the highest quality of education. This is just one the comment in here. I started following Martin talk and for 2 weeks ago and making good profits and following the smart Robie signal. Trade more confidently. And in here, I like this comment. You can see here the charges for the smart Robie is very, very reasonable. We have kept it to be very, very reasonable. What we will do is to serve those of you which is really struggling out there. And some of you may say, hey, I'm happy with smart Robie. Go, yeah, fine, no problem. Okay. And what we really want to do is really to bring you up to the next level, as we have done with many of our past students who has joined our program too. We use our technology, which is volume spread analysis, and we will talk a bit about it tonight. All right. Now let's review the Bursa Malaysia KLCI chart as in 2020. So right now, today we just finished 9 points up. Okay. Now we started the year on the high side, right? And we all know COVID came in much earlier, isn't it? During December, but it did not worsen until when US got it. That was somewhere end of March, and the market fell almost 25%. Right? Was it painful for all of you when the market fell 25%? It was for me. But on hindsight, I didn't give up. All right, I didn't give up. The market came back as soon as in April. It was a low of 1215, so it's a fall of 25%. And then since then, the market has rallied 39%. Way back to just about 2 weeks ago, we hit 1698. That's the one we were talking about where it tested. It didn't turn out where we are around the 1642 in here. But more importantly, I want to detail the event, how we at TradeVSA and myself had carried you through the whole timeline of 2020. So let's start from first quarter. Okay, so from first quarter, I was already talking, the first talk that I did was 22nd of January. We were looking at 5G opportunity in first quarter because we find that at that time, we were very bullish going forward. So if, in my personal opinion, the COVID did not materialize, if there wasn't a COVID or the COVID could be handled, we could be much higher. And I think many of you would agree with me at that. But the COVID came just like what Donald Trump said. COVID is not my problem, right? He's trying to ignore it. But having said that, COVID came, we have to handle it, and as such, we continue to support many of you in here. So on the 5th of February, you could see opportunity during Corona virus crisis, and what are the stocks that we watch out. So we continue to look for trade ideas to support you in here. So then on the 26th, we have the fall of this year, 26th February, we have the fall of the Pakatan Harapan movement, which is, the Sheridan move. We've seen that one where you got Mahathir resigning, and there was some opportunity, and you see certain stocks that is related to Prime Minister Muhyiddin shot up in here. We did look at that one, but at the same time, the market continued to fall, right? And so that didn't make much. So on the 18th of March, right, we had another talk, how to read the market bottom and the next shares to purchase like a pro. That was on the 18th. Now, how did I know that? Was that the low? We use volume spread analysis. That's what, at that time, I teach you guys how to read the market bottom. And it was the bottom, 18th of March. As soon as the market turned back up, 1st of April already, we were already talking about what sector has the fastest recovery and what you look at it. All right. So we were able to do this. There is a sequence to all this, and there is a lesson learned from in here. Right. And then 15th of April, 29th April, we were still talking about COVID because everybody was talking COVID. Rubber hasn't came in yet. It was still early. It was started to move up. No one picked it up yet. So at that time, we were talking about ventilators and COVID-19 PPEs, the PPE shares, and the market started to move up around the 29th of March. You can see that was a talk. Now remember, all these talks are available on our YouTube, and I sort of look at the archive and bring it up to look at perspective about the timeline, what we have done. So on the 29th, we really put in some trade idea how to better prepare you. Now, of course, many of you may not know me, so and so on. You just listen first. After market go up, money say, so how? So this has always been the usual case. So there is another lessons which I will share with you today too. All right. So we move on to still in the second quarter. Then we talk about 13th of May. We talk about market crisis conditioning investing. What is the shares you want to look at? No doubt the market has turned. Some people say, hey, the market can go down some more, right? Because of the COVID and have not seen it yet. But my analysis was based on also the SARS that they had in 2003. So I felt that, look, the market's not going to go down that much. That's why we have to switch to a market crisis conditioning investing. And then we start looking at Top Glove on the 20th of May. That's right. We start looking at Top Glove on 20th of May, and that goes on to third quarter. Then 3rd of June, after looking of the rubber glove, we say, hey, is there any technology sector that we want to look at? Which we did look at back in January. On the 27th of May this year, we look at Penta Masters. All right, third quarter, and that moves on. As the market go higher, we found that there are more rubber glove coming in. So 1st of July, there was rubber glove, right? We did talk about it and say not every time could be rubber glove, isn't it? So we also look at furnitures on the 8th of July, right? So 8th of July, we look at the furnitures, and 22nd, we moved on third quarter, right? 22nd, we're looking at plantation. The rubber glove, some of you have it, continue to move up. 19th of October, I was started to talk about COVID-19 vaccine. That's right. What are the counters, including US market? There are some people talking about vaccine right now, like Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, Biotech, Pfizer, Sinovac, and Sinovac, then also the other one, Hong Kong, which is the SLV. Okay, so we are already talking about that. We are talking about some of the ETF also on the vaccine much earlier, way back on the 19th of August. So all in all, then we went on to 26. As the market turned, we need to get away from the big main stock. We started to talk about plastics, okay, the plastic counters, which is the industrial product. Remember those three counters? You all remember the three counters? Healthcare, technology, and plastic. So we actually covered during the whole year around the 26th, and then on the 9th we did talk about timber. Remember the timber stocks, Lihan, Pohuat, Wegman, all this started to move way back in 9th of September. We were already talking about in here. And then we move on to fourth quarter. Then we have Anwar came in on the 14th October came in. He said that, look, I got the majority of the parliament. I may want to dissolve the parliament. That was on the 14th. But around the 2nd of November, we have the US election came in, isn't it? So 21st of October, we started to focus on the US themed investment stocks, which did carry out, which I did say on the 21st of October that the market is going to start to rally and bullish if whoever wins, right? Whether Biden wins or Trump wins. Of course, those who think that Trump loses, the market will collapse. It's wrong. And you can see in the market right. So way back in 21st October, we were talking about that. Then we fast forward to the fourth quarter, then we talk about the green energy movement, isn't it? Now, if you have invested Samadan, SL West, and Green, you have done pretty well on that, some of those stocks. The reason why is because after Biden won, there are a lot of green initiative. He talked about the climate change on the 25th of November, and the market started to move up. And then on the 16th, the time bomb, the big Hiroshima bomb fell on the rubber glove sector, the healthcare, and that where you have the JP Morgan talk about the rubber glove was only half price. Yep, that's on the 16th of December. So now it's the 30th of December. That's where we are. And you just saw early on, there were no party for the rubber glove. And partly this is affected by the JP Morgan. So you read on hindsight, the activities and the talk that we've been doing, we really follow the market. And if you have followed some of our advice in here, you'll make pretty decent returns, as I said before. So let's look at one of the 5G talks. How well did the trade fare? Now, this talk was on the 22nd of January. At that time, you can see Penta about 43% if you hold it to now. JFTech was pretty good, 217%, and Inari was 52%. It's about 174 that time. So a lot of the stocks where we choose, we tend to do what? First lesson. Now, write this down, okay? Because we need you to carry this lesson to 2021. Select the market leader in each respective sector is the key, okay? Not the key, is the key to great returns, okay? It's the great return. Okay, let me just make a note here somewhere. Okay, is the key, okay? Okay, so remember, select market leader, okay, of the sector. Now, if you notice, you've been following me for some time, we always been selecting key sectors, because why? Your chances and your probability of returns are much better. I know some of you like to go for those penny shares. You can make a lot, but also flip side, you can lose a lot, because I want to take certain care that your probability return will be much better if you have followed Penta on 22nd of January. And if you held on, you know, you will make some money rather than you try to in and out. So again, going back to your strategy, what is your agenda in here? Your agenda, do you want to be a educated investor or educated trader in here? Have that one for 2021. If not, come back to end of 2021, result will be still the same. All right. So that is the first piece of information, which is very important. Now, second thing is that I always talk about trade VS, the ability to time the market. Now, this is my Sifu, Tom Williams here. He wrote a very great book, The Undeclared Secrets That Drive the Stock Market. Talks about price and volume, and this is why we are able to time the market. Now, some of you may have seen this on the Trading View. Some of you have subscribed or you upgrade, and this is why I'm able to time it. You can see green pentagon. Remember, right? 1st of April, the market turned. Then this is where the green pentagon is. The market turned up. Then the market fell. Right, in February, market go down, so we started to plan for crisis. And when we saw climatic volume here, you can see this climatic volume, that's where I started to talk about the 18th of March. We are very close to the market bottom. Now, that's a secret. All right, so how we are able to time it is because by looking at the volume. Of course, on hindsight, you say easy to say lah, right? But at least there are some what we call evidence-based scientific, the way we look at the market. Okay, now, of course, you're going to tell me, Martin, what do you think seeing going forward? I think the market's going to be pretty good going forward in here. It's up to you whether to believe it or not. Again, the level of engagement, what we try to do, if you've been following me and every day, then you will have followed 3,690 hours of Facebook education you have done, including myself, Arif, Zac, all right, and then you already have that good knowledge to believe in the market and able to do well. Right, so that's lesson number 2, using the green pentagon, red and green and red to do your market timing. That will definitely help you a lot. All right, so those of you who want to know more about our Pentagon Guider, I'm sure you've seen this before. There's a QR code. You can just scan the smart Robie in here, and we talk about green Pentagon up signal, red Pentagon down signal in here, and also confirm no supply, line change, and spring and test. So those are the tutorial. It's only 9 minutes long. Okay, do take note and spend your time learning that one. Okay, so let's look on. So one of the things that Tom always share with me, another lessons learned, which I find that you tend to be misled by a lot of media and diets of information to lure unsuspected investors, you know, like the one we just saw, right? Here, and I'm going to talk about this lesson here, lesson number 4. So because information come to us day in, day out, and also don't forget, you not only listen to me, you listen to 5 other Sifu also, isn't it? Sifu 1 will tell you something, Sifu 2 will tell you something, Sifu 3 will tell you his opinion, Sifu 4. So after a while, you're so confused. You also don't know who to follow, isn't it, right? So there's always been that. Now, one of the things you want to do is also look at the track record of each of these Sifu. Do they do what I do? Look back at what all the trades they have done and look back the rationale, how they select it, the methodology that they do. I think that's very important too, being what we call education, right? So I always say before, lesson one of the lesson 4 is that education is the best protection against misinformation out there. You know, in the era of Donald Trump, bad information is so bad, right? And many people get caught and don't know what to believe. So learn to read the chart, as I said before. Learn to read the chart. And so if you're a newbie, what can you do, right? Formalize your education. Listen and read the market. Don't listen to people's opinion, even including mine. Whatever opinion I talk, always look at your chart. Always look at the numbers, look at the figure. I want to teach you to be smart. I don't want you to teach you to be a sheep, because sheeps get what? They get slaughtered, right? So that's very important in here. You need to formalize education. Now, if you have done what we have done, we have produced 3 years of academic or university contact hours on education. I'm sure you can put in some hours on earth. We can do it, so can you. All right, so that's a little encouragement for the year end 2020 in there. All right. So going forward, let's look at what's happening in the US right now. The opportunities are actually in the US market, as I said before. Now, you all know what's going to happen, right? In January 20th, 2021, we have Joe Biden been sworn in as the new president in here. And right now, the stimulus, which is already done deal, the US has done their done deal. And that's why we are seeing the market able to break above the 30,000 in here. Tonight will be interesting. Another half an hour, the US market, you can see it's already breaking up 30,400 in here. And we are talking about the check stimulus above $2,000. So that's going to be pushing the market a lot more. There's a lot of good theme over there. The point is, here's my take. Buy a bit of US, buy a bit of Malaysia. But before you do that, get educated. Continue to follow us. All right. So if you look back at the Bursa, and this is one of our package, those of you who have our trade view, as you can see, the green one is very important. You can see the green one here. Foreign funds are coming back. Finally, this was the highest foreign funds. And if you notice on hindsight, here, the foreign funds are coming back. That's why the market is going higher. No doubt, some people say foreign funds are leaving, but I trust my charts here very well. These are all the green one, and this was updated on the 29th. And as long as continued foreign funds coming in here, we're going to be seeing, and they're flowing in more than ever. The KLCI should move back up to will retest 1700. Right now, maybe it's on the first month, January of 2021 in here. Okay, now on the sector analysis, again, this is part of our package in here. You can see energy, healthcare, the Translogic hasn't done very, very well, isn't it? So those are the sectors that we talked about earlier on. So the sectors which is doing right now. Now, these are currently at this time, okay? Because if we look back the entire year that we're seeing, healthcare has done very well. That is the first part and the second part of the year. But on the Q4, hasn't done very well. And that's why this is a snapshot based on what you see on a weekly basis, the change of the grid. Because we use this to look at what shares we want to buy. And something, I use this for sector, looking at market leader first for the sector, and then we zoom into those individual stocks, right? And this is where we are. So if you look back where we are in the KLCI right now, we are at 1644. We are up today, this evening, just 9 points, 0.5% in here. And the market will test 17700, but we have this so-called headwind that is blocking us, which is the GE15, as well as the COVID cases. Can someone tell me what's the COVID cases tonight? I haven't checked it yet. So the number of COVID cases can have a detrimental to our market in there too. Okay. So this is where we are, and so the bull right now is correcting. Okay, the bull is right now in here. Whereas at the US side, you can see this is again from the Smart Robie. You can see it's breaking up 30,000. A very nice spring here. We got lots of tests, and that's the Okay, thanks, Harry. We got 1,800 again. Yesterday was 1,900 in here. It's concerned if we do break above the 3,000 mark, then you'll see our KLCI will take another hit. Right, we don't have the kind of stimulus or the kind of money printing capability like what you do in US. US has a very good news. The political situation has been solved in here. That's why you're seeing this market taking out. We got the market actually yesterday closed about 60 points. We won't see whether we will take out this uptrust or not. Taking out of the uptrust, again, part of the VSA, it's going to be very, very powerful too. All right. Okay, so the economic stimulus, no problem with it. Okay, just that January 20th, will Donald Trump leave the White House or not? That seems to be the issue that we were going to be looking at in here. All right, now let's look at the KLCI top performer. Now, early on in the first half an hour, I've talked about the three sectors, isn't it? Healthcare, technology, and industrial products. So we're going to be looking at all this. Now, if you look from here, yeah, you can see all those, right? The top winners in here. Healthcare started from January 1st. Okay, let me just change it to a laser pointer first. Okay. Laser pointer. Okay. Okay, no, that one. Okay, I can't get to the laser pointer, but it's okay. You can see my arrow. So we started from the low base in here. We have 4. Okay, so we have the healthcare, the red one. You can see it's around 200 and 224%, right? It went high to 250, came back in here, right? And you can see, then we have the technology around 75%. Then we have the industrial product, which is around 4 to 5%. KLCI, FBN KLCI right now is about 3% positive, one of the most positive in the region if you compare to Singapore, which is actually minus 12% in here. Of course, the top 3 super healthcare are Supermax, Top Glove, Gosan. Top 3 technology are Penta, Inari, UWC. Top 4 industrial products, VS Industry, Notion, Scientex, and Pressmetal. Pressmetal continue to hit a line change today, and that's a really good stock going forward in here. Now, one of the things I really want to share with you is that you try to buy around this kind of market leader. I know many of you come to me and tell me this stocks is unheard because you're looking at price gain. Now, like it or not, that is what we call untrained, unskilled type of investing and trading. If you do that continuously, you will lose money. So also at the same time, some of you like to hit the blue chip. No need to think one. You buy Public Bank, Maybank, Genting, AirAsia, like to hit the blue chip. Now again, we are talking about performance. We are talking about ability to beat the market in here. And that's why if you have some of these stocks early on, and if you have hit some of our advice, you have done pretty well in here. We are going to show you another one. Okay, now let's look at some rotten tomatoes. Okay, things that didn't do so well. Now if you look at things that didn't do so well, we have the FBM. FBM is the gray one, you can see, right? The Taiko here is the FBM, the KLCI lah, right? The one at the really bottom one was worst one was energy, right? The oil and gas fell and it's doing recovery in here. Then you have the construction, right? All completely stops, isn't it? So that's why we talk about the COVID. Right now they're trying to reinitiate a lot of the project like HSR, construction, Gambunda will benefit. But then again, our country basically no money lah. Where got money? You're paying, I don't know how much you're paying, I can't calculate, 4 or 5 billion for the COVID, right? How we got money to pay HSR? Pfizer, some more, no, they don't charge cheap, no? Okay. Then you have the consumer, a lot of them didn't do so well. With a few exceptions here and there, which I'm going to share with you. And then finance finally came back up because when the vaccine showed, this was the mark. This was the mark where vaccine came in, Pfizer and Moderna, and there was a report which is unconfirmed today. I still need to check on that one later on. I'll update you guys about one of those who have a vaccine shot but did get a COVID-19, because that will have a detrimental to the overall economy, but it may help the rubber glove. But again, rubber glove has been overused, overstained by a lot of the smart money in there. For it to go higher, I think that's going to happen sometime next year. Right, that's what I'm thinking into. So these are the rotten number. So if you look at the top 3 finance performer, Public Bank, Maybank, and LC Cap. Now remember, LC Cap was one of the stocks I did pretty well when we're buying a support, and it's one of those companies. If you have followed some of my earlier talks, I did talk about LC Capital. K Power continue to do well. Lihan, Euro for the consumer one. Again, K Power, renewable energies. Okay, top 2 construction, AME, Gamunda. For energy is Heng Yuan and Petron M. Okay, Heng Yuan used to be Esso, they sold it to the Chinese group. Petron M is the Exxon Mobil. Yeah, okay, if I got this right. Okay, so those are the things. Now if you look back, the top headlines looking back in January 1st on the sector we talk about, this was a talk I did in 1st of July. Again, going back to the performance, I most want to see how well the performance is. At that time, 1st of July, top gloves for 565, Hatha Lega was 1422, Kosan 1450 in here. Eventually it went up to 7th of August. Take note of the August date, the early week of the August. Okay, 68% potential going up, another 38%, 113%, and 117% on that one. So what are the lessons learned in here? The lesson learned from the healthcare and rubber sectors, these are the 3 things I want you to take it to 2020. We talk about the average selling price. Now at that time, people were talking about average selling price can go up to if I recall, it's about 100 US dollar per 1,000 per 1,000 gloves, if I'm not mistaken. At that time, people were willing to pay, but it has come down a lot. So all this average selling price actually translate to peak earnings. Now the peak earnings actually came for Hatha Lega. Now they did say that it can go back up some more, but the price rise hit it on the 3rd of August. So this peak earnings is very important, which I've talked about it on the earlier talk, which is I think 2 weeks ago. I talked about the rubber glove, the update on rubber glove. Now that's point number 1. So go and listen to what I have to say there. Now point number 2 is the vaccine distribution. Moderna We have Sinopharma now coming in also. Yeah, the Sinopharma also 80% effective, the Chinese one. They are also coming. So a lot of vaccine distribution is happening earlier rather than later, because they couldn't figure out that they're using the RMNA, which is the BioNTech by the Pfizer, came in much earlier. Within the span of 10 months, they're able to address many of the COVID-19. Even the latest strain, I was told, is effective too. Especially now in UK, they ban a lot of traveling in there, so that vaccine is still effective. Now we yet to see some of the coming news, whether this will have a precon. The first one we just talked about it, a nurse who have been vaccinated got COVID-19. So I want to see how this news is going to pan out tonight too. The third thing where we've seen a lot was also this is more from the top glove, is item number 3, directors selling. Okay, now there was a lot of case, a lot of directors are selling, but then the company is doing share buyback. I felt that this is in a way is penalizing the shareholder while the owner or the directors are benefiting it. All right, so those are lesson learned. When you see this kind of what we call event that's happening in here, I felt this is not favorable to shareholders who have it in here, especially in the context of Top Glove. That's why you can see Top Gloves continue to fall further than many other stocks inside here. Now I know if you are holding Top Glove, you're going to be worried, but these are the facts, and I want that lesson to be learned. So if you carry it to 2021, you want to know that things that people do, especially the management, want to be in the favor of the shareholder, not in favor of the owner. Do why I say this makes sense? Okay, if I say all these 6 men, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so these are some of the lessons that I want you to bring over from each sector. All right, so we're done with that one. Now let's talk about the technology sector, which the first talk I did on the 22nd of January. Then there's another talk that I did further down the road also in July. I try to cover every sector as possible in here. All right, so if you look at that time now, the date, okay, now remember this talk was done on 5th of September. So I said focus on 5G, and I said avoid, at the same time, avoid rubber glove and healthcare as early of 5th of September. Now, one of the reasons why, let me just bring this up for you, okay, was the peak earnings, okay, was this peak earnings that came out on 3rd of August. It happened to be also an upthrust on the Harta Lega in here. So if you have hit some of the advice, but most people don't. 5th of September so high, they silence some more on rubber glove, isn't it? Right, which I told you guys to avoid and move on to 5G. All right, so again, depending whether you want to listen, don't want to listen lah. You whether want to read chart or not. If you listen to other people, you would have got in. But if you have done, or at least for me, I already sold many of the rubber gloves. Still keep a little bit in here. At least the money that I made from the earlier batch of rubber glove, I move on to technology. You see my meaning? Make sense or not? So those are some of the things I want to share with you going forward too. Okay, let's okay. So that's very important lesson in here. So if you look back the stock trade idea during Penta, okay, you can't see this one earlier on. I have, okay, no, let's go back. Sorry. Okay, Penta up about 43% as of 30th of December. JF Tech done very well, 217% of 30th of December. And the last one, Inari, let me just share with you. I know my face is blocking. It's 52%. So those 3 stocks did pretty well. Okay. Yeah, Philip, you haven't joined trade. That's fine. A lot of people haven't joined it yet. Okay. So this is what we talk about those trade idea in here. Now let's talk about the lesson learned from the technology sector, which again I want to bring it to 2021. The COVID-19 with the work from home policies has really changed how we look at things inside there. As such that people are more willing to meet on Zoom. Now remember those of you who attended our talk yesterday, right? We had the backtesting projects, which is the Pentagon the Pentagon guided system in here. I was actually on a holiday. I was in a nice place. I think you've seen the Facebook photo that I posted up. I was there, but I felt that it's important that I stay with my members, right, to get them trained. And Arif was the person in charge to drive that message to get you guys to backtest and prepare for 2021 when the opportunity comes. You guys hopefully will get the kind of returns, which I'll talk about later on in here. And with the COVID and the Zoom and the cloud computing, the acceptance of 5G technology was much more critical and sooner. It brought forward a huge demand of microchips, computers, laptops, handphones inside. And in a way, it changed the lifestyle of how we communicate, especially in the post-COVID-19. You cannot say you go holiday, you don't want to go to a meeting, especially if the meeting is important, all right? So those are the, so these are the lessons, because when I go forward 2021, I will bring back and talk about these lessons too in here. Okay, now also the third sector was industrial product, and this was a talk I did. Again, the date there was 26th of August. That's right, 26th of August. Now these are all the plastics, the Dyson one, but more importantly, the plastic counters. I've selected them. ATA, INS, remember the first chart, all those are the directors. 26th of August. ATA about 60% up, SKP 40%, VS 43%, and Syntex 32%. So a lot of the stocks, when I look at them, they're much earlier in, before the big move inside there. All right. So what are the lessons learned? Again, climate change. Okay, climate change, industrial product in here, renewable energies. Because the plastics, right, they are looking for more better way of energy saving. The energy technology, remember Apple car, right? Okay, Apple car. Now there's a question backtesting for non. Okay, the non-master. If you there's a question here. Backtesting for non-master. Just join the masterclass lah. Better. That's why we service the masterclass student, right? If you want to upgrade, if you don't want to upgrade, that's fine. Okay. So this is where we talk about the automotive component, Apple car and Tesla, because the automotive industry is going to be driving the industrial sector inside here, and also packaging, because nowadays we are ordering more foods, Lazada and e-commerce. All right, so that's a way moving forward. People will buy a lot online. The property sectors, which is the shopping malls, will not do well. Your industrial products, the sectors, again, very selective. Those one that I've talked about just now, all right, done pretty well. Now, also on the fourth one, you might take a picture of this, is what I talk about Sumu, the 100 bagger out there. There's a book out in the bookstore, which written by Christopher Meyer, but you only talk about US stocks. So what I did was I took the initiative and looked at some of those stocks, and here is this list inside here. And this was showcased on the 30th of July. I think if you bought Iris, not all of them did pretty well, of course. Sycom, Syntex, Syntex that time was July, and the market moved pretty hard. Penta, Great Tech, VS Tech, JHL, OpenSys. I think Iris was a favorite. Iris I think moved up. That time was only, if you look at this price, the closing price is 32 cents. All right, this was at 31, now it's about 40. I've visited some of this company there, and it looks pretty good. All right, so take a list of this one in here. Use the green pentagon, and when you see a message, go buy in. Again, most important is education. If you're following this serves to be a very good venue for that. So those are the four sectors. I know there's 3 sectors in here, but this one needs to get in to the picture in here. All right. Now, again, some of those stocks we have talked about is also in the large cap list inside here. Again, using the Pentagon Green and Pentagon buy so far. All right, so this is the list I've just flashed in. Right, it was in the Sumu list, number 4, the KLSE growth sector, which I talked about. Go back and listen to the YouTube video that I done somewhere in 30th of September. Because what I want to do is really sum up all the sectors. We covered. Fact is, the 3 sectors that has gone up: technology, rubber glove, and also industrial. We actually covered. We did more. We even did the furniture one also went up too, right? So those are the ones that actually done pretty well. And how do we know this? I'm going to share with you more. Now, very important is the date going forward. 20th of January is the inauguration date. Once that date comes in, you see the market will another big movement again. So get in, get your education, get prepared before 20th of January, which you have about 30 days from now. Because after 20th of January, again, we'll see the market pounding up. Right now, you can see the Dow Jones is already moving. That's why I say the US opportunity is there, because these are the election related in here. Now, 5 tips after the US market, which I talk about, very important. Number 6, okay, those 1 to 5 you can read about it, which I continue to talk about, is the value growth investing strategy in here. Now, a shift has been gone from the so-called value, like you buy stuff the old way, buy cheap, don't go there. So this is something I've talked about, that growth has outperformed since 2008. You look at Public Bank and you look at Inari, that's the difference. The Public Bank is on the red. This is Inari. It's gone up 1,400% for the same amount of time. Now, I still know that many of you are very fearful, still want to buy the blue chip. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just showing you another way of looking at the market. Again, going back to the agenda, being educated or not. I know some of you may felt that it's a bit pinchful, to invest in education. right? But just think about ignorance too, right? Okay, let's move on. Now, it'll shift to growth investing. You can see smart money like to shake out people before the big major move. Now, this minor correction that we see right now could be just that, before the big major move. And that's what Tom shared with me all this while in here. Now, this is a date. You want to pencil in, as I said before, 16th of January will be our first growth investing course. It's actually a free ticket. The way we do it, it's a one-day course. We're doing it on 10 to 4 o'clock. So we're doing some case study. We're looking at some things inside here. Now, how to join this is you need to activate your monthly pass on your smart Robie. So your handphone in there, activate smartly. I know some of you, the last round did the, okay, you actually activated the Bahasa one, but please activate the English one, because then you can use it for the next 1 month. So it is just, so the online seminar that we'll be doing on Zoom, it's only limited to 500 people there. Even tonight we have about 300 people. If all you guys come, plus some of the people have now heard, that'll be good. But this is a little bit, we have just updated the syllabus a bit since the last one that we did. It's good for our own existing members. If you are masterclass members, no problem in here, okay? We will give it as part of our service to you. That's what being a masterclass members definitely be good. So activate your monthly pass. Go over to your phone, and once you activate it, we will see your name in here. We will send you a Zoom. This will be on the 16th of January. It's on a Saturday, so we all my trainers, which Zac and Arif will be here, and we really want to put in a very good material. So going forward, 2021, you will be in touch with what the things that we talk about. All right. Now, another new strategy we talk about is the Pentagon backtesting one, where we say that, look, the market is random. There's no way any system of money to talk about in here. But we have found there's actually a way to make money, and I'm going to share with you that is very simple for people who really don't have time, but you want to follow a system. That's right. Now here is that someone who got a system will make money, but then we have to ask the criteria. You say you can make money. What are your rules? Can you share me with your rules? In our thing, we are willing to share the rules with, but the question is, can you follow it? We have exit, we have profit target in here, and some people won't tell you. You just follow it, because it's important that we follow those criteria. Then we can know whether it is successful or not, because credibility is very important in any system. Just like a lot of the trades that I've talked about, the timeline that we did, some of the stocks has gone up 200%, some 30%, 40%. So this is how we build the credibility in what we talk about way from January 1st. Now going forward we are preparing for 2021. We are prepared. My question is, are you prepared? Right. So here again, we talk about even FA fundamentals. So again, if you follow certain seafood, what is their track record? They can say this, a lot of reason, right? How many times has they make money or not? So it share the same dilemma, okay? Share the same in arriving a winning trade or losing trade. How do you know that? Even if you buy fundamental, you lost money, it is still a losing trade, okay? So this is where we come out with the part where you have the fixed rules, okay? The fixed rule and the recipe. Now there's a question, non-masterclass, yeah, as long as you join, as long as you activate your smart Robie. Now for those of you who you are not a masterclass student, you can activate your value investing course, and you can come for activate your monthly pass. That's all you need to do. You'll be activating a monthly. We'll be promoting this a bit, but just that I'm announcing tonight on the 16th of January. Go over to Smart Robie, activated it, and some of them very easy. You share to your friend 200 credit, right? This 200 credit, this one is 800 credit. You share to 4%, you come for the course for free. Isn't that a great deal? Some people say, oh, Martin, you crazy. Teach something now. We find that, look, if we pay forward, we teach you, and you do well, you pay forward to the next person. That's very good. And I felt that this is how we thrive in our business. We pay it forward. We teach you first, right? And it's always been our policy going forward. Of course, we do still have our masterclass. We hope that you will join our masterclass one day, where we will mentor and coach you for the rest of the next 12 months. And many of you continue to support us and renew a lot of your subscription too. Thank you. So going back to, we talk about the system in here. Now this is just a way we measure the credibility. So anytime when you see someone tell you this or that, well, what is the winning rates? You need to ask the question, what is the win rate, losing rate? Because this is where we talk about the agenda of being an educated investor and an educated trader. You need to ask the right question. I don't want you to become a dung. You know what I mean? Blur. It's got nothing to do. If you've been listening to me, like I said before, we produced 356 video for the whole 2020 3,690 hours. If you watch at least 50%, you no longer be blur blur. All right, and this talk about the formula expectancy in here. So this is in our website. Okay, excuse me, this is in our website. You can actually, oh sorry, let me just come back to this again. I just need to move the QR code so you can scan it better. Okay, so this is our website. We have done this, and we want to share this backtesting. Now the masterclass, we will really guide them. Okay, so in this 16th of July, we want to teach you how you can make a trading portfolio strategy to share with you. That's about 106% return for year 2020. Pretty good. I can tell you on a $35,000 portfolio account, if you trade following our fixed rules, you can make about 35,000, which is that in here, and compared to KLCI, which is 2% in here. So that's a breakdown of about 8.8% per month in here. There is no guarantee in here, but we want to share you this methodology that we do on the 16th. So this is a QR code if you want to know more information, where we talk about the expectancy, we talk about the trades in here to get you guys more involved. All right. So take down this QR code. We'll be talking about this more and more as we get down to the 16th of January in here. All right. Now, again, all this we will cover in our 16th of January. So for the longer period of time, I hope to see you guys on the 16th. The last round we did, we have about 200, close to about 300. So hopefully we get more this round in here with the market getting. Of course, now it's the holiday season. People tend to stay back and so forth. But that's the 16th of January, the 1-day cost, and it's only going to cost you actually 80 ringgit or a monthly pass of 800 monthly pass. That's right, 80 ringgit only. So the value is more than $800. As a matter of fact, 1 or 2 trades, you already counting back at a couple of $1,000s back. All right, so that's something, our New Year gift to you. Okay, 16th of January, make a date with us. Okay, so then again, those of you who really want to move up the next level, find that, hey, I want to do more, I want to get more involved, I want to get into the overall masterclass and coaching. Our February intake is coming 2021. Those of you who are really interested in our February 21, just PM me, and we want like more information, the pricing in there. We definitely have to, because this is a 1 year 12-month coaching and mentoring where we get more. We really want to move you up to the next level, like how I've been doing so many years inside there. I felt that a lot of things that we do with our tools, our methodology, it's so easy to be teachable. Just like just on that 106%, we're going to be showing you also on the value investing costs. The growth value investing costs for that one. So with the Pentagon Guider, things are so much easier. You can follow the smart money, like just all the credentials that we have done. Like here, buy green, sell red, 35% gain only. All right. So that's always been. And again, we also be showcasing you some of our screener for the US market. As I said before, the US market will continue to be very, very bullish. So point is like this, guys. Right? I know you're looking at one fish pond only, which is a KLCI or just a penny share. And that's all you know. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of fish pond out there. Correct now? There's some fish pond easier to make money. And if you are successful in your fish pond, stay there. Don't learn anything new. This is nice. This is good information. But if you want to learn more, right, this is where our masterclass, our value growth investing course, which is very affordable, and our Smart Robie should get you up to that speed in here. But of course, the February 2021 masterclass, we will still be open for registration, having said that. All right, so let's look at the lesson learned we have done for you this evening in here. There's just 4. Okay, now again, going back to the respective sector, right? So when you see any sector, go for the market leader. All right, now so market leader usually is on our screener in there. You can take a look at it. Once you subscribe to our system inside, you're able to see the sector leader in the KLCE sector. So always, if not, you just check up the newspaper into. Number 2, use Trade VSA for you to time confidently the green pentagon and the red pentagon. All right, that's 2 and 3. And use that. You need to also use it, the Smart Robie, often. If you notice some Smart Robie under stock comment, there is actually a backtesting fact. Certain stocks done very well. It will actually show up. It done about 8 trades, winning rates. It's all in the Smart Robie inside. Take time to just look through it, especially on the weekend. It's free. Okay. So lesson 4 is I talk about again here. We have produced 3,690 hours of Facebook education in here. Is because we want to educate you, right? We want to educate you again. Misinformation in here. Now that's always best to learn to read the chart, use the sector. All right. So again, the 16th of January, this one we will be talking about the growth investing as one agenda, and the other one is the Pentagon guided trading portfolio strategy, which is about able to make a triple digit. Again, going forward, we want to trade this with real money on the 30,000. Now we use 30,000 to trade this on the real account and see how we fare for 2021. But again, I want to share those strategy on the 16th of January. That's right. So that's all I have for tonight, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope that I have sort of summed up year 2020 for all you, and what are the important lessons you want to take forward, plus a new system that you can trade easier for 2021 and hopefully make the return back from it here. The cost of entry, it's very, very low. As I said before, we just need to be familiar with the material. Go back and watch it. And if you like this video and you find this video very, very good, do share this in your timeline. And we'd like to thank you for your time spent with us. We very value them, and we value your comment and your feedback. And we are here to service you. All right. So with that, I like to say Happy New Year to 2021. If not, we have just 2 more days in here. And may all the bad things that happen, forget about it. Let's start on a new page with us trading VSA, trade VSA on Smart Robie to guide you for 2021. Thank you very much. And this is not the end of it. Hopefully you guys will be coming on the 16th of January, if not sooner. We will catch you up for, of course, for our masterclass next Wednesday. Okay, sorry, next Wednesday we won't be doing the live FP talk because I'm going to have a special session with my masterclass student on the Pentagon trading. Make sure they are done all their back testing inside there. So thank you and good night. Bye-bye.